Well, I'm so glad to be here with Gabor Takács-Nagy. I've played with you before at the Verbier Chamber Orchestra around 2012 to 2015, but I'm so pleased that I can now introduce you to our audience here at the St. Paul Chamber Orchestra. Welcome.
Thank you. I am very, very happy to be here. I heard a lot about this brilliant orchestra, and all the news were true. It's a very, very brilliant orchestra.
We're very happy to have you.
Thank you.
So, you've had a pretty amazing career, and I've always been impressed by the curiosity that you bring toward music. I remember sitting at a dinner with you. It was a welcome dinner at Verbier, and no matter what we were talking about, you would say, it's like music. And then you would tell us why whatever story was like music. And you just draw connections so naturally.
Yes, thank you for saying this. First of all, I am very lucky that in Budapest, when I was in the music academy in Budapest, we had phenomenal teachers. There was a generation, an old generation, which always talked about music is a spiritual medicine. Every note is saying a story. So every harmony, every note is carrying a human feeling. So on the final analysis, we are actors, actresses, not with words like actors in the theater or the film, but with the notes. But every note and every harmony, every music is representing a human feeling. I feel this is our mission, that we have to go down behind the physicality of the note, what is the spiritual radiation. Of course, it depends on very, very much on the performer's personality, temperament. So there is many, many different ways, but when we on the stage, we have to serve the genius, who is the composer, but we are co-composers. So there is Beethoven. I try to be faithful to Beethoven's ideas, but through my soul and our soul, with the musician's soul, we're recreating the music.
So you also have given us your own parts for this performance for the Beethoven Symphony No. 6. Lots of markings. I wanted to ask you specifically about the quote you put at the top of the score from Beethoven, which is, more an expression of feeling than painting.
Yes. So, of course, so he says he did not want to make it just a program music. He did not want to say, no, I am in a forest. Every note has to express his feelings, what he felt in the nature. So not saying, no, the bird is coming in. No, anyway you can hear it, but so even more concentrating on each note is expressing a human feeling. All in his life, he had a lot of problems with ladies. He was in love with many ladies. Nobody wanted to marry him. And he was many, many times heartbroken. And I feel that reading his letters, one love, which he was never frustrated in one love, this was for nature. And this piece is a hymn for nature. And on the final analysis, the last movement, the gratitude to nature, to God, that the storm went away, is not only the shepherd talks, but Beethoven himself. Because 3 years before he composed this symphony, he was in suicidal mood because of the ear problems, and he was depressed. And I think the storm is representing he was on the brink of suicide. And the last movement is his gratitude to God and faith. I'm still alive, and I can live a life.
Yeah, I know many people have observed some of Beethoven's happiest music came when he was most depressed.
Yes.
So you feel he's processing.
Yes, he's healing himself with this music. Yeah. Anyway, music is spiritual medicine, and composing this symphony, I'm sure it's healed him.
And I think that's got to be something that makes Beethoven's music timeless, that we still feel it today.
Yes.
We still need healing today.
Talks to us, yes.